Hey guys, Chris Olka here, and this is pro tip number 1. Stop practicing. Seriously, it's January 1st, 2018. I'm sitting in my basement after working out this morning, and guess what I'm not going to do today? I'm not going to play the tuba, and I'm going to enjoy it. It's not that I don't love playing the tuba, it's just that my muscles in my embouchure and the muscle between my ears, my brain, needs time off. And so does yours. As brass players, we tend to be control freaks. Not all of us, of course, but most of us. And I'm as guilty of it as anybody. We always want to know that things are working and where things are in our toolbox, so to speak. And we're afraid that if we don't every single day visit what we do, somehow it's magically going to disintegrate and disappear and we'll forget how to play. And I'm here to tell you, that ain't the case. That's your mind playing tricks on you. If you've practiced for any level of time and you've developed any ability, you'll be able to take a day off and you'll be okay. In fact, you'll be better for it. Now, I understand the realities of being a freelance musician. I've been there, done that for many years before I won a job at an orchestra. And sometimes it's not always possible. But you should try and find and prioritize time off for playing. As a student, you should start early in your career and start making it a habit that you get used to and comfortable with. If you're a freelancer, believe me, there are enough crappy $50 or $60 or $75 gigs that if you turn one of them down to have a day off, all the rest of them won't disappear. And then if you're a professional player, you owe it to your employer, like if you're in an orchestra, to come in fresh and rested and recuperated. Ask any professional athlete and they'll tell you that the most important part of what they do is the time that they take off so they can rest and recover and rebuild their muscles. Now, I'm not equating apples to oranges as far as being a weightlifter or a professional athlete with being a brass musician, but they're pretty similar. The inescapable fact is that we use muscles as part of what we do to make music. Now, you guys know, if you've listened to my YouTube channel for any length of time, I think that music is always the number one priority and it should dictate everything that we do. It should control the meat and the muscle. But if the meat and the muscle is worn out and fried because of overuse, the music is going to suffer. That's just a fact. So, going into this year, one of the things I'm going to try and do is find at least a day every week to 2 weeks to take off from playing. I used to do this years and years and years ago, but in the last couple of years, I've kind of slipped back into old bad habits. So let's talk about the physical aspect of it first. The muscles of the embouchure are no different than any other muscles that we use as athletes. If we're lifting weights or we're running, doing CrossFit, you name it, any type of physical athletic activity, any athlete will tell you that you get stronger and you build endurance during your rest periods. The times when you're not doing that activity is when your muscles they're resting and blood flow is flushing out the toxins in the muscles, and then you're getting nutrients, and if you've got enough sleep and you're exercising healthy habits, just generally speaking, those muscles will recover and actually grow back stronger and more adapted to the activity that you want to make them do. So from a physical standpoint, the rest is of paramount importance. The second thing is the mental aspect. And this is some of the discipline and control freak thing. People, we don't want to let ourselves off the hook. The biggest mistake that we make as musicians, I think, unfortunately, is that we confuse what we do with who we are. And that's a really dangerous place to be, because it means that you're going to be a miserable musician going forward. You'll be miserable if you're not successful, And guess what? You'll be miserable if you are successful because you've somehow mistakenly equated your self-worth with what you do. Just because you're a great player doesn't mean you're a great person. And if you're not a great player and you're trying to get better, but you're not where you want to be, you might think that you're a bad person. And that doesn't jive. One is not the other. You need to learn that early on in your career. Otherwise, you're going to be miserable and you get burnt out. One thing that will help you in that is regular time off, because mentally, when you force yourself to have the self-discipline and self-control to not, like OCD, pick up your instrument like a nervous habit and have to play it every single day, you can go and cultivate other aspects of your life that are arguably more important. Read a book, exercise, spend time with a significant other and your family. Better yourself in another way, and when you come back to pick up your instrument, you will be refreshed and ready to focus on the task at hand. And you'll be better off for it. I think that's pretty much it. I hope that helps. And I challenge you going into 2018 to find time to stop practicing. Again, hope you guys have a great 2018 and look forward to more of these pro tips.